Whew. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dawn. So I didn't type a message. I just wanted to, let people know, and then had to go grab a coffee. It took me a couple of minutes longer. I made it so strong. I thought, oh my God, if I drink that, it'll rip my head off. So I had to add some milk to it and stuff. I hope everyone's gotten some decent sleep overnight. Hi, Christine Thomas, Joe G, Catherine Stubbs, welcome. Dawn, of course. And hello and welcome to other people who may be watching who aren't on the chat. Sheila Live. No live for Sheila. It's got the live thing, but yeah, I thought Sheila might be live. Hi, GM Dave. Yeah, I was on this morning and had to stop for a while, but I was continuing to get more questions, so I thought I'd come back this evening or this morning your time and do some more for you. Be on at least an hour, maybe a little bit longer, we'll see. Dawn McBride, hello. Yeah, make some tea, make some coffee, whatever you have to do to get going. I've got my hair pulled back a bit, and I've got a necklace on. I don't like to overdo things with the hair or stuff, but basically the hair is just pretty much as is today or tonight. Halfway through video from last night. Yeah, thank you. That's all right, Joji. Dawn McBride, hello, welcome. If you're watching, please, yeah, a thumbs up would be very much appreciated. Now, this morning I went through quite a few things. If you didn't watch it, the video's there for you to watch, but we covered, if you haven't watched it, we covered will the Georgia Senate votes get a recount? They might ask for one, but it's not going to happen. It's all going to be secure. Could they indict the 25th Amendment, possibly? Rioters, will more rioters be prosecuted? I know that they've only arrested about 13 or so and quite a few people for breaking curfew, but 13 of the people who were in the building, but they will get more. They have tape. Everyone who went into that building is going to be tracked down. And thank you, Christine Thomas. So they will be tracked down, and they will either be fined for trespass or for something, or charged with something else, depending on what they got up to in there. I cannot see them letting the guy who had his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk just, I think quite a few of those people are going to end up on a watch list. Yes, 4 have died from the riots. One was the lady who got shot, and the other 3 were from medical emergencies, apparently, heart attacks, things like that. I'm not quite sure. But there were also another 14 people taken to hospital for medical emergencies. Hi, Robin Arvin. No, I don't think Sheila's live. She's probably on her way to work by now. She's, as you know, she goes on quite early. She did send a congratulations to John Ossoff and stuff, which is really great. I looked at will state capitals be under threat? I looked at that. I also looked at implications for the inauguration from this riot today. Will there be a second impeachment? And that's just could definitely be on the cards. I haven't said I was going to look at if he was going to be banned from Twitter for longer than he is. I mean, it's too little too late what they're doing now. Hi, J Cat Lady. Have some new reads too. Oh, yes, I'll look at Cash and David. I haven't looked at Cash for a while. Now, I promised people this morning something that I couldn't get. It's just ran out of time. So, let's see. Whitney, Whitney, come in, darling boy. Off out there. Come here, come to mummy. Come to mummy. Oh, let's come say hello. So, some of you were asking for him this morning. So, here he is. Whitney. Hey, sweetheart. Say hello. Say hello to everyone. Whitney. Look at that. Look there. Look, Bubba. Look. Look. He's a very restless little boy. But I know a lot of you get a lovely boost from seeing Whitney. Yes, Bubba, I'll get you a treat. There you go, sweetheart. It's warm out there, isn't it? You're coming in tomorrow. For quite a while tomorrow. We're expecting 40 degrees Celsius tomorrow, which is somewhere up around the 99, 100 degree mark in Fahrenheit. So he's going to be coming into the air conditioning for a while. A lot of people are feeling that. And, yeah, he is an adorable pup. And I know it picks some people up to see him. So let's get into this. Now, I've got some questions still left over from this morning. Will some people be expelled from the Senate? Will the Trumpings be charged with anything to do with today's riot? Will Merrick Garland investigate Trump? Okay, so you're looking at those. Any other questions to write down? I'll write down a couple more before we start. So, yeah, any other questions? I saw Lindsey Graham's little speech. To my mind, too little too late. It was interesting. I always thought that when John McCain died, Lindsey Graham lost his lodestar. And it's like just for a little the bit during that speech that he got some of that back. Like he got some of the inspiration and the steel that he used to get from McCain and got some of that back, but it's too little too late. Hey, Cameo Bubba. Hello. No, you can't drink any of Mummy's coffee. Took me ages to get you a coffee. Yes, my cat used to have a coffee addiction, didn't she, darling? And she's blind. Cheeky girl, hey, look, come on. I can't see around you. Oh my goodness, she is such a character. Anyway, yeah, Mitt Romney's always stood his ground, which is nice. Well, mostly stood his ground. Will they use the 25th? Look, they might threaten him with it. I looked at that this morning, and they might threaten him with it, but I don't know whether they'll actually use it. They'll definitely use it as a weapon to try and get him to go. I also looked at whether Trump was going to retire in the next 5 days or so, or leave. And if sometime in the next 2 weeks, if Pence was going to be sworn in as president, and that's also possible as well. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Burning down one section of the country is not going to fix the whole country. That's how civil wars start. We're going to burn the north, and that'll fix our problems for us here in the south. Doesn't work that way. I don't think they thought that it would get into the Capitol building. I really don't think they thought that there would be a breach like that. I did see an interview with the Republican Adam Kinzinger, who was like listening to what Trump was saying, and he's been one of those who apparently has not been shy of criticising Trump. He was listening to this and listening to the talk preach, this rally in the last few days, and he had decided that he would come in to do the job today, to do his duty, but he told his staff not to come in, so his staff weren't there. Yeah. You can't storm an office. Storming a building like that, looting offices, getting people killed, putting people in harm's way. I mean, 3 people are dead because of reactions to what medical emergencies that came out of what happened. And that's not the way to fix democracy or to protect democracy. Tit for tat doesn't work. Anyway, let's get on to it. Will there be some expulsions from the Senate? I don't know if House of Representatives can get expelled. The people in the House can be expelled. Yeah, 1 woman was shot and 3 people died from medical emergencies. And 14 other people are in hospital due to medical emergencies arising out of the thing. Did some Dems know about the plan to riot inside the building? No, I get that. They never thought it would happen, but there was some lack of action and some friendly cooperations from some law enforcement, whether it's Capitol Police or something, in some areas that did not help matters. Okay, will Ted Cruz I'm going to ask, God's the highest truth and compassion, thank you for helping me find clarity inside an objective question of Ted Cruz. Will he be expelled from the Senate? Now, I did a reading this morning on whether the pair of them, especially that two, would face consequences. And there were some there. So, will Ted Cruz face expulsion from the Senate? Possible expulsion from the Senate. It takes a very big majority vote, like something like 3/4, to expel someone from the Senate. Hi, Jill Carter. Welcome for joining us. Ted Cruz going to face expulsion from the Senate. That's a yes card. They're going to have to bring some people to the fore and show that actions like this have consequences. Why you have a right to object based on baseless and disproved reasons is a different thing altogether. It was a power grab and a self-promotional thing. Again, this is a yes card. A lot of people want to see him go, including quite a few Republicans, so they could get their wish. There are some hidden obstacles to going the expulsion way, such as needing to get so many votes. It's not just going to be a 51 majority or whatever. It's got to be like 3/4 majority. So getting rid of him by expelling him from the Senate, there are some hidden things, but there are some hidden problems. But there's also things that are going to come to light. Again, we've got another yes card, sitting pretty, autonomy. We've got 2 9s here. Now, I'd have to get my books out to look at 9s. The numerology side I don't really do a lot of, but I'll just grab a book back very quickly. It's just interesting that there's 2 9s there. About wishes, greedy merchants, and sitting pretty in a position of power. Both of those. There are also yes cards to the question: will he face expulsion? We've got the German. No, it doesn't have the numerology part to it. I'm not going to worry about that at this stage. But yeah, they're definitely, as what is it, the former Sergeant at Arms, something went friggin' wrong. Or frickin' wrong. That's what he said. Something went frickin' wrong. They really should have been more prepared. I mean, if someone tells you they are what they're going to do, believe it. Someone like Trump. 9s are endings and completions. So thank you, Christine Thomas. So people want to see this guy gone, and they could get that. An end to his autonomy. Here's the 10 of Wands, the burden. So this is a no card. So we've got 2 no's and 2 yeses. Burden. The burden of getting enough votes to get him out, I think, is, like I said, it's not just a simple majority vote. They have to have a certain number. Oh, they have everything that is needed there. The tools are there to get rid of him and manifest this. They've got what they need there. They just have to bring it together. They have to connect. They just have to connect it. connect it from the sky to the earth, ground it in reality, bring it home. There is going to be a new leader in the Senate, Chuck Schumer. It's so great that those two guys, the two Democrats won in Georgia. It's wonderful. New leadership, compassionate, but firm and steady. Yes, Chuck Schumer can remind people of a lot of some old granddad shuffling along and telling stories and with his glasses down like this and looking up and talking with his glasses. But he's a good, strong leader. He's not as weak as he's appeared. He was put in an untenable position, but now renewed strength. But, you know, they hold the Senate because Kamala Harris is going to have the deciding vote. But there's some Democrat called Manchin who doesn't always go the party way and things like that. And that it's not something that you shouldn't always go straight along party lines, I guess. So while that's not a bad thing, it depends on when he does it and why. And yeah. But there's new leadership in the Senate. Wow. He might have other things to worry about than getting expelled from the Senate, because look what we've got. Restrictive movement, jail possibly. Oh my goodness. This is the walking away card. The minute I saw this, I thought forced walking away, forced abandonment. It felt like it should be reversed. So forced abandonment. He might be forced to retire. He might be told, if you do not retire, we will put you on trial and expel you. I have a really, really strong case. So to do that. Do you want to go of your own volition, or do you want to go with the shame of expulsion from the Senate? That's the message I'm getting here. We have enough. And there's quite a few senators now who have just, that's it, I'm out, like Lindsey Graham was. That's it, I'm out, no more. So Ted Cruz could face expulsion if he does not leave voluntarily. Now, Josh Hawley. I found the picture that I was looking, that I kept seeing with the senator or staffer or whoever he was in between the seats. I thought for a bit it was Josh Hawley, and I thought, well, that would have been poetic justice, but I don't think it was. I don't know who it was, but yes, it is Cruz that I'm talking about. Now I'm moving on to Josh Hawley. Oof. Strategy to steal. He's playing a deep game, and I don't think it's going to work. He's playing a strategic game. He wants to up his profile, especially with Trump voters, because if Trump's not going to win or is in a position to run in 2024, if he gets impeached, this guy wants Trump's votes. So it's part of his strategy. It's all a low life scum. He did not stand up for the rule of law today. Before I go on and read for Josh Hawley, I read the best description I've had of Trump since, I think it might have been Chris Hayes or one of the other guys called him hyperbolically stupid a couple of years ago, which was just hilarious. Hyperbolically stupid. But this one is a destructive, seditious shit gibbon. Shit gibbon. So shit and gibbon. A shit gibbon. And it cracked me up. And now it's my new favourite word to call somebody who's just pissed me off. I call them a shit gibbon now. And it just cracked me up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, GM Dave, I think that going to county stores and beating them in checkers and chess is a much better option than burning the whole south of America down. Go with that one. Go with the checkers, GM Dave. But yeah, the shit gibbon. I love it. If you're a bit shocked by the first part of that, well, sorry, but I'm not going to turn it down. Crap gibbon does not sound the same. Or mess gibbon, shit gibbon, that's it. Josh Hawley. He has been very foolish indeed. And, of course, this is an agenda card as well. Oh, he's going to end up out in the cold. This is not going to do for him what he thought it was. They had 13 lined up to object and 7 withdrew their objections. So in the end, only 6 went along with it. Page of Wands. Someone's going to be Page of Wands. Down the ladder. Bottom rung. A staffer possibly. Maybe one of his staffers will come out and start talking about this dude. But the question is he going to, could he possibly face expulsion? The law. The Emperor stands for the rule of law. He's going to have to answer for what he did. And that could be facing expulsion and being put out in the cold. There's going to be a lot of debate about this. There's going to be a lot of debate in the Senate about this. I think only 7 senators have been expelled. End of one journey, start of another. The completion. Things are coming to an end for him, and he doesn't much sooner than he thought. And the world is watching. The world is watching. Because honestly, other governments want to see some of these shit kickers held to account. Again, I'm not going to go into the F words or anything like that, but yes, the word is well and truly on the table tonight. The world's watching and they want to see some of these shit kickers called to account. He's going to try appeasement with his fellow senators. Was it Amy Klobuchar said, for those of you who still decided to vote no, I'll work with you, but don't think I've forgiven you. Retirement, resting, withdrawing. Again, he might be told you resign. Oh, that's the same thing, and I feel it should be reversed again. Forced retirement. I think he might be told you resign or we'll kick you out. You're going to be given the choice. You know, Congress there's going to be a lot of discussion in Congress about how to deal with these people. Not necessarily everyone who objected, but the ringleaders who did it for their own political gain and for no real reason. Even Kelly Loeffler said, no, I'm not going there. No, I can't do it in good conscience. This is ridiculous. You know, it's going to be a new journey for him, a new start. He is going to have to walk away from what he feels is a position of autonomy and power because he's abused that position. He might even face suspension for a while when he's given the option of what to do, to think about it. His political career is going to go into limbo. Hi, Mystical Marina. I haven't seen your name for a while. Welcome back. I did my normal Thursday morning thing here, Wednesday night, and still had questions coming. And so I thought I'd come back tonight after everybody got some rest and some sleep and a chance to settle down and recover some equilibrium. And I hope some of you have. Hi to everyone who's watching, who hasn't hopped on the. You don't have to hop on the chat. So hi to the people who are watching. Trumplings. Oh my God. I mean, honestly, that man, yes, I'm going to say it again, Shit Gibbon, SHITGIBBON, stood up there and said, let's march down there. I'll go with you. Did he go with them? Not a bloody chance. Neither did Junior. So I might swap decks here. Use the Light Seekers Tarot. Let's have a look at. Hi, Becca. How you going? Let me know if you'd like to join me to say hello to everybody and stuff. Just let me know and I'll buzz you a link. I'm doing an extra session today. I asked this morning if people would like me to come back tonight and do some more. So the Trumplings. Donald Trump Jr. got up there and said his piece today. Is he going to be in trouble for that? Three of Pentacles. He really discussed what he was going to say with each other. So that's really interesting. Empress. Okay, he's going to run home to Mummy. Hi, Rondell Fredgate. I haven't seen your name for a while. Welcome back. It's lovely to see you again. I have to do a couple more evening sessions and stuff. Yeah. I've started doing Tuesday evenings my time, which is Tuesday morning to your. That also, I think, even if nothing comes of his little speech this morning, this is Don Jr. I'm talking about. 10 of Wands. He's he's in an abundance of trouble. He's got quite a bit of a burden he's got to carry. Is he in trouble? I mean, we've got some yes, we've got 2 yeses, a no, another yes to talking to people. He's in some sort of trouble, but whether it's related to what happened this morning, possibly not, death, rebirth, he has a change coming that he can't avoid. Oh, you've been, yeah, watching for resignations. Yes, I'm thinking I might spend the night on the lounge and stuff. If you want to get together anytime over the next couple of days, let me know. But yeah, he's got a change coming that he cannot avoid. Nick Mulvaney just resigned this morning. Yep. Oh yeah, they're just, yeah, all jumping ship. Page of Cups. Oh. Daddy's throwing temper tantrums. Daddy is throwing temper tantrums. Oh, thank you, Mystical Marina. That's lovely. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. Daddy is throwing a temper tantrum and he's copping the brunt of it. Oh, this is not looking good for him. At some time in the future, he's looking into his future and he's saying, holy shit, I could end up in jail. 4 of Cups, he might end up getting an offer he doesn't want, but he'd probably be wise to accept. Tell us all you know about Daddy. Ace of Swords, cut through the bullshit. Something's going to come out. Some truth's going to come out. He knows a lot. He knows a lot. But also a lot's been put on him. Daddy's going to use him as a fall guy. And I think he might be he's going to have to wake up to the truth of that sooner rather than later. The Moon, he's got a lot of hidden obstacles in his way. Any ambitions he has for 2024, it's going to hit icebergs, basically. Anyone with the name Trump attached to them who stands up for 2024, basically the Trump name is the Titanic of politics at the moment. 8 of Wands, lots of communications coming at him. 6 of Cups. He's this is a beautiful card. It really is the grown-up person with the grown-up dog looking at, you know, the puppy. That person's of an age where that dog probably would have died. That puppy would have been dead for several years by then. But it's like remembering times. But, you know, it's... I just want to go back to being a party boy. Hi, Catherine Bush. Hi, Travels. Thanks for joining me again. I'm looking at Don Jr. It's, yeah, what's in store for him. I don't see him getting in trouble over his little speech today. But he got other trouble coming along that he cannot avoid. And there's an abundance of it. And he's going to be carrying... if you take away the US citizenship, they'll just shoof off somewhere and you won't be able to hold them accountable. No, don't take the US citizenship away. No. You don't have to mess with all that, you know, extradition crap and everything. I really hope you guys the US ends up with their hands on, theoretically, around Julian Assange's, you know, throat. I really hope they get him over there because, oh, the man's just a creep. He was irresponsible. And he used it. He had a grudge against governments in general, and he used that and used people to feather his own nest. He's just get shivers of disgust whenever I think about him. That's Julian Assange, by the way. Now, if you've commented and I haven't said hello, it's just because I haven't seen your name, okay? Hi to all the people who are watching and haven't commented. Lovely to see so many thumbs up. Thank you. Now, will Merrick Garland investigate Trump? I'm so glad that particular reading, I mean, Sally Yates had a good shot at it too, but I'm so glad that particular reading, that yes, he was going to get it and how he would do it. I'm so glad that came off. So I'm not the type to go, but on that pick with Merrick Garland. My husband said to me, do you get a lot right? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I get quite a bit right. I won't say I get everything right. I'm pretty sure I don't. I said, yeah, I get quite a bit right. And I surprised myself sometimes. It's a little bit scary sometimes. But anyway, now, will Merrick Garland investigate Trump? Hi, Susan Allies. Oh, sorry about the yawn. If I go on too early in the evening, it's like, hey, wake up, get out of bed. I don't want to be doing that. It's like, hey, you can have a coffee with me. Okay. He is there to run what is the Department of Justice, an institution, government institution, and he's going to run it as he sees fit. And make no mistake, he will be the man in charge and he will decide what gets investigated and what doesn't. He might, out of courtesy, inform or necessity, inform Biden and Harris of some things, but that's only if it's strictly necessary. There's definitely going to be some investigations into some Republicans. In fact, it could even lead to the end of some careers. The question asked is he going to investigate Trump? And that's also a yes. He's going to be investigating Trump's partnerships, Trump's deals, Trump's relationships with other leaders. He's going to be looking at that and some of the deals he's made and some of the people around him. There is going to be, everyone will want him to move at lightning speed. This is the 8 of Wands. This is reversed. It should be like this, but it's not. It's like this. So there is going to be lots of communications but he's not going to conduct everything at lightning speed. He's going to slow things down a bit, because he's going to get a lot of people saying, we should do this, do that, this, that, the other, and he's going to slow it down, break it down, prioritize, and then slow down. So there might be a bit of a slowdown. Yeah. He's also got to put a check, stop the momentum on some of the things that the DOJ is doing. So this might be slowing down some of these things. So he's not just going to open up new investigations. He's going to review other ones and possibly put a stop to some. Definitely not a good outcome for Trump. These investigations are definitely going to lead to the total end of Trump's, influence and power, what he might have left. They will lead to judgment. They will lead to a lot of people waking up and smelling the roses. Oh, bloody hell. You mean he did that? There's going to be a lot. So he's going to be doing more than just investigating Trump. He's going to be investigating or looking at some of the investigations that have been undertaken and possibly putting a stop to some and slowing others down for review. There is definitely stuff that's going to come back and bite Trump in the ass. This is memories turning into nightmares. Past actions coming back and biting you in the butt. He's got a whole department to clean out, which is why he's also going to be slowing some things down. And there are going to be some hidden obstacles or things he's not. There's still going to be some staff members who are going to try and stop things or not cooperate. All these cats that are among the pigeons, they're going to be highlighted, and more stuff is going to come out about Trump. So, yeah, he will be investigating Trump. Oh, Trump's not going to handle it well. He's going to be chucking tanties all over the place wherever he is. So, yeah, Merrick Garland is going to investigate Trump. Okay, that's what I had left over from this morning. Has anyone got any more questions? Has anyone got any new questions that you want to ask? Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson. What's in the cards for Ron Johnson? We'll do a cross on him, hey? Any more protesters going to be arrested? Catherine, I did a reading on that this morning, and yes, they will be. There's a lot of tape to go through. They're going to make sure. They've already put calls out to different states and departments with pictures of these people. Help us find them. So they've already started tracking down some of these people who have disappeared into the ether and ether. And yes, there's going to be more prosecutions amongst the rioters. Don't worry about that. Will Trump's kids go into obscurity? Trump wins obscurity. the thought of them disappearing into obscurity is a total anathema to them. They you know, what's going to happen to Giuliani? Okay, so obscurity trumps. I actually had a look at what was going to, will there be charges laid and stuff in, and will some people be fired, and will there be some charges laid? And yes, some people are going to be fired. Some of the leadership is going to get cold. Will Garland have discussions with Mueller? Okay. I'll do that one very quickly, as I've just finished with Merrick Garland. Will Garland have discussions with Mueller? Yes, you definitely going to want to get Mueller's perspective on things. He might even offer Mueller a position. But I think Mueller just wants to retire. He's certainly going to talk to him. And, yeah, a new opportunity. He certainly wants his intelligence and his knowledge. So, yeah, he will be talking to him. Yeah. Yeah, what was the first one that before I... Ron Johnson, that's him. That's the creep. I wouldn't say Garland was a wimp. Well, you might have lost your lance, Catherine, but you don't know the circumstances, unfortunately. Maybe he was escorting her out politely because she was willing to go. But I don't know. Rondell, I saw your question. Do you think Garland might have discussions with Mueller? I just answered that. Yes. Yes, he will. He might even offer him a position. I don't think Mueller's really interested in that, but he's definitely going to be talking to him. I drew 3 cards on that. Ron Johnson. What's in the cards for him? Firstly, what's on the bottom? America want you to go. The will of the people. They want him to go. Judgment is not going to be kind to him. Why is he still here? They're going to be examining why he got in again. His challenge is to actually find hope. It's going to come and hit him really, really hard. And this is the second, third major arcana. Big things are happening for Ron Johnson, but they're not necessarily good things. His challenge is going to be being able to find some hope for his future. He's going to get a lot of kickback from constituents, I think. At the base of the reading, a feeling of hurt and betrayal. He betrayed his oath of office. His past actions leading to where he is, leading to now. He's probably looking to be moving elsewhere. Kicked out in the cold, but deciding, oh, well, I'm just going to pick up and I'm going to move elsewhere. Okay. It's hot here, Susan. Tomorrow we're expecting 40 degrees Celsius or centigrade, which is up around the 99, 100 degree mark. or 98, 99-degree mark in the US. On days like that, after a certain time, we bring Whitby into the house for a few hours. If it reaches a certain temperature, and he comes in for a while. Okay, a disruptive bored student. He swallowed Trump's bullshit. This is Trump causing disruption, and he swallowed it. And because he swallowed it and believed it so wholeheartedly and went along with it, he betrayed his oath of office. For everyone watching, I have a new nickname for Trump. I call him the shit gibbon now. Are they going to improve the educational system? Educational system. Now, I also see a break, an end of a relationship in the near future. Not a very happy time for him in the near future. He's going to be put through the ringer by his own party. I think everyone who objected is going to be put through the ringer by party leadership. And there's going to be, I'm going to do a reading on change party leadership in the Republican Party. So that will be interesting to see. In his environment, a lot of anxiety and nightmares. He's not in for a good time. People see someone who has sapped the energy and the integrity and the creativity from his office, who's just not a good person, who shouldn't be there. The reverse on the Ace of Wands. He's blocked ideas. He has no fresh ideas, no fresh energy. He's pretty much useless. He's just filling a seat. What are his hopes and fears? Well, he's really hoping, he's got the sun card here, and he's really hoping that it's going to end up sunshine, lollipops and roses and rainbows. But it is reversed. So he's really fearing that he's going to be going into a time of depression and darkness with himself. His outcomes for Ron Johnson. Embattled and unable to defend himself. All his lines of defense are behind him now. He's only got one left, and he's testing it for strength. Congress, he's going to be put through the ringer by not just Democrats, but also by Republicans in Congress. He's got to realize that it's time to let go. I do think that they're going to end up, this jobs for life with elected office, they're going to be putting a stop to that. There's going to be term limits. And then once you've done your term limit, you've got to be out of the office for several terms. You might be able to run again, but not for so many terms. But they're going to be putting, it's jobs for life attitude that a lot of them have. But he's going to have to let go. This is a big thing. This is a major arcana along with the other major arcana. A big change that he's going to have to accept and let go of where he is. Smothering the difference. He's got some ties with Russia. and that's going to come out, and it's not looking good for him. He might face expulsion, but he definitely might be up for a suspension. His career is going to be in limbo. Yeah, he's going to have to start a new journey on another path. Oh, hang on. That is my apologies. That was the 3 cards that I got out for the Merrick Garland question. We'll need to talk to things. I forgot to shuffle the deck. So let's have another look. Yeah, the gerryman is going to come. Oh, he's going to be definitely pushed into isolation. His plans are, he's got a very critical decision he has to make, a choice he has to make. There is a change coming his way. And I don't think it's a change he's going to be able to avoid. And there's going to be some investigations in his future if he doesn't accept that change. I don't see any prison cards for him. But that doesn't mean he's going to have an easy time. Now, the next question I've got. Will the Trumplings fade into obscurity? That includes Jared Kushner, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, and, you know, the shit given himself. We were looking at Ron Johnson there, Senator Ron Johnson. Dawn? Hi, Emmy. He has been, yes, he has been certified and confirmed. So what will happen to the Trump, most of the Trump family, you know, Mary Trump, I wish her all the best, you know. Will the Trumps fade into obscurity? What's in the future for them? Will they fade into obscurity? This is as a family, Trump's family, you know, and his siblings who are still alive, but not those nieces and nephews who have, you know, broken away. So he went to his brother's funeral on the way to play golf. Fudge! Fudge! This is the family in general. Withdrawing from the scene, retiring from the scene. That's not looking good. There's the air of we might have to lay low for a while. It's going to be a lot more than that. Hi, Michelle, my belle. What is their challenge for the future? Finding money. People are not going to want to deal with them. It's one thing to, you know, mouth off and spout off, but to incite a riot and to invade the nation's house of law makers, one of the one of the most, if not the most important building in the nation, even more so than the White House. James couldn't remember. He actually forgot that we'd gone to the Capitol until I reminded him, and he's like, oh, so where they are, we've been there. And I'm like, yes. And he says, He said, that's it's, and he was looking and he said, it's horrible to see. Hello, Bubba. Cameo's here. Hi, be kind to all. Cameo, you cannot sit right on top of the reading space. Don't look at me with those big eyes. Hey, don't look at me with those big eyes. Hey. She's feeling a little bit needy today, aren't you, darling? You can come give me a cuddle later, okay? You can come and give me a cuddle later. But you can't sit there, sweetheart. Okay. With the tablet, don't you? I think, yeah. Okay. Bye-bye, sweetie. Okay, what is at the base of this reading, foundation of this reading on the Trump family? Corruption. The amount of corruption that is going to come out about them is, they haven't even scratched the surface. I be kind to all. Oh, their actions leading up, their actions leading up to the present, what's in the present for them based on their past actions, their dreams are not going to be coming true. Their wishes are not going to be coming true. They're not going to be able to complete their mission to become the perpetual first family of the US, meaning they just keep going and ruling. Above this, they're dropping their load at the end of a cycle. You know what? It's going to be, who? Me? I don't know them. Who? What? Me? I never did anything there. It was all Dad, or it was all that. They're going to turn each other, drop the bundle, turn on each other. What's in their immediate future? Oh, they are so skating on thin ice. They are so insecure on where they are, and their egos are so bound up in wielding power, whether it's power of money or political power, that the idea of them losing it, it just puts them on the edge, and they're on such thin ice legally as well. Will they fade into obscurity? I don't think they will, but they're going to fade into notoriety, but it's not what they want. What is in their environment? Consequences have actions, and the consequences for a lot of their actions is going to be your chooks are going to turn to emus and kick your dunny down, guys. Nothing good. Cameo stretched out right across the main group of cards here, the group of 6. She stretched out right across them. What do people see? What people are seeing, a group of people who just generated chaos and violence, especially today. The name Trump is forever going to be associated. It wasn't just Donald Trump who got up there and chatted. Donald Trump Jr. put in his 2 cents worth, and Eric tweeted his 2 cents worth. And that's all people are ever going to see with them. What are their hopes and fears? They hope they can avoid investigations, but they fear they're not going to be able to. What is the outcome for the Trump family? Betrayal and heartbreak. It's going to be shown how they betrayed their country. Oh, there's going to be a lot of splits, a lot of fights, a lot of splits within the family. Big splits too, because that's a major arcana of the Lovers. Tipping point. They're going to be making some really bad decisions. They're at a crossroads and they're not going to make the right, they're not going to take the right pathway. I don't want to experience Schadenfreude. Wasted resources, wasted money, wasted opportunity. Don't be surprised if the word "you're a Trump" is going to be associated with people who just had so much and wasted it away on a quest for something that they had not really earned and were not prepared for and did not want to, and yeah, wasted everything on a quest for something you haven't really earned and shouldn't have and cheated your way into. You might be ended up being called a Trump then. So they're not going to fade into obscurity. They're going to fade into notoriety. And they're ever going to be associated with what happened at the whether they spoke at that rally or not, they're forever going to be associated with what happened at the Capitol today. Missy Moo, you going to hop off the cards? Look at this. She's sitting on top of the cards. Come on, Missy. How'd you get? Good girl. Look, there's going to be some of them are going to go to jail. It'll be good when the main topics conversation, the main topics reading is not anything to do with Trump. Mitch McConnell, he gave a very impassioned speech today. But the fact is that he's partly responsible for what happened because he did not say, this is our role, this is all we have to do, and this is what we should do because it's been proven there's no reason to object. But you know what he did? He said, well, you'll just have to vote. You'll just have to go with your conscience. He gave them the okay to go with their conscience. So he opened the door to these objections. She's beautiful. I love her so much. Now, Giuliani. What's in the cards for Giuliani? Sweet kitty. Now move it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, notice it wasn't Republican states that offered to send. Unless is Maryland Republican? It was Virginia, Maryland, and New York who responded with sending national, to the call for help and sent their National Guards in. Susan, her name is Cameo, C-A-M-E-O. That's for the brown colour on her, which often appears in some cameo rings. The pinky brown. Giuliani. Yeah, Giuliani put in his 2 cents worth. What's going to happen with Giuliani? Hi, Ian Rob. I have not seen your name for quite a while. Welcome back. It's lovely to see your name. So, kitty one, kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Hi, Constance Campbell. It's lovely to see you. Hello to everyone else who's watching who hasn't joined the chat. You don't have to if you're not comfortable. You missed Whitby, Ian. I brought him in earlier on to say a quick hello because I promised to show him this morning and it didn't happen. So I brought him in to say a quick hello. And yeah. And you never have to say sorry for being away for something. You've got your reasons for whatever it is. And yeah, you don't ever have to apologise for taking a break. Not from my channel, at least. Hi, Wild Heart. Now, Rudy Giuliani, what's going on with him? What's on the bottom? God, of the highest truth and compassion, thank you. Help me tonight, gain clarity, insight, and objectivity into Rudy Giuliani. What's going on with Rudy? Deals. There's going to be news coming about some of the deals that he's made. Favours, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Money, money, money. He's looking for a new opportunity. Don't be surprised if he's suddenly not Trump's friend anymore. He's really thinking about hooking up with somebody else, trying to get opportunities with somebody else. What's his song? What's his challenge? Sorry. His challenge is getting people who want to sit down and work with him. He's going to find it hard. He's not going to be able to get people to sit down and work with him. What's at the base of the reading for him? End of a journey, completion of a journey, completion of a cycle. And people are angry. Look at this. Every face here. The lion, the bull, the eagle, the person, their faces are set in anger. There is a lot of anger out there against this man. And it's powerful. That is a major arcana. It is powerful anger. I hope your daughter comes through it all. Please, everyone, send a burst of healing and strong energy to Ian Rob's daughter to help her cope with what is a most difficult job. Ian Rob, there is a nurse in the UK. She went on Britain's Got Talent last year. She's called Beth Porch, BETH PORCH. And there's a couple of videos with her in it. She's singing original songs. She's a pediatric nurse. And as she said, the job is very hard, and one of the ways she processes it, what happens with the job is writing songs. And she's written a couple of amazing songs, including one that she wrote for her fellow NHS workers, praising them. And it's a Beth Porch. Look her up. Okay. Past actions leading up to where he's dithering. He can't make a decision. He can't make up his mind about anything. He can't. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? He honestly believed that this was going to work. And now he's like, oh my God. He's dropping things. It's like, what have I done? Oh my God, this is what's going on in his brain. Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? He's put himself in a bad position where in a position where he's not going to be able to achieve anything. Yes, more lives will be lost from it. What is over this reading? Facing into an institution, being kicked out of an institution even. He could be disbarred for this. This is the Bar Association, I think. He's going to get disbarred, I think. That's a major arcana, so that's big. In his immediate future, investigation. This is the investigative knight coming in to find out what's going on. But they're taking his time. It's not going to charge in on him. He's going to be restrained and take his time and draw it out. What's in the environment around Rudy Giuliani? Oh, wasted resources, wasted time, wasted energy, wasted career. Everything. All he's going to be thinking about is, what have I done? What have I wasted for this man? Why did I answer the call? Why did I drink his Kool-Aid? I could have stayed retired and respected. Why did I have to come out and represent him? I did a reading on Graham earlier today, Wild Heart, this morning. So you can go and see that there. What do other people see? They see someone who is totally thrown away everything and is totally, basically Rudy has left the building and there's no stability to him. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a breakdown. Nothing's good in his future. This is someone who willingly went along with uprooting everything, uprooting stability, uprooting the rule of law, uprooting the economy, all this. He willingly went along with all this. Hi, Condagua. What are his hopes and fears? He's hoping he can transition through this. He's hoping he can get through the next few months and to calmer waters, but he's fearing he's not going to be able to. He's going to be stuck. He's not going to be able to escape. That's what he's fearing. And that's what's most like, because this is it's come out reversed. He's hoping he can escape into calmer waters, but he's fearing he can't. Because it came out this way, that's most likely going to be that he can't. His outcomes: charging in, prosecution, people charging in. He's going to try and outrun things, I think. He's going to try and hide, try and escape, but this person is out for justice. They're determined to track him down and get him. Total breakup of a relationship, total meltdown. This could even be his marriage and his relationship with his family. Some people can only go so far with you. When you cross a line, that's it. It's goodbye. We don't want to know you anymore. I think he could be, even his daughters said, I'm not, I don't agree with him. Hi, Anne Rudd. families falling apart. Yep, a rift in the family, a broken home. It's going to tear his family apart. Well, it's time for him to let go and accept that things have come to an end for him. Part of the Ten of Swords being reversed is accepting. Acceptance. Accept that things have come to an end for you, mostly through your own actions. And you've really got nowhere to go. And you have to face up and accept the consequences of your own actions. You stabbed yourself in the back, buddy. Nothing good is coming. I do think he's going to get disbarred. No, he's got a lot of stuff coming his way. There's investigations. He's going to be trying to outrun them. Now, somebody asked a non-Trump related question, which I'm very happy to look at, is will the government improve the education system in the US? Might help to reinstate history. History is so important. Go back to the light seekers, because this is a seeking enlightenment question. Travels, have you lost somebody? I'm so sorry if you have. Yeah, they have to reintroduce civics, or what society, and I can't remember what it was called. Social sciences, it was called over here, but it's the same thing. You learnt about the structure of government and things like that, and yeah, so they yes, include all the missing important facts. Look at, this is what we were told. This is what was written down for a long time. But we now know these things are different. Tell me what is missing from this story. You know, things like that. Yeah, people have to be held accountable for what they've done. Even if it's like, it could be for some people, some of those House of Representatives people, censure, suspension, loss of committee assignments for a while. It could be for some of them being kicked out and expelled from Congress or whatever. Yeah, we covered government structure, Australian government structure and stuff in social science here, so it was included in social science. But 4 cards flew out. A lot of these people of a generation where they weren't taught any of this stuff. What happened today is a huge, big shake-up and wake-up call that some things need to change. As some commentators said, these people, a lot of them were just ignorant. But if they'd have been taught civics, if they'd been taught history, really taught history and civics, and, you know, taught how to think critically, it wouldn't have happened. So it's going to highlight a need to bring back some things. There's going to be a lot of debate happening about the education system. They're two no's on the will they improve. But we've got a page of cups. Young people surprisingly are going to be surprisingly open to learning things. They think young people aren't interested. They'll be surprised. There will be new partnerships formed. Two of Cups, that's a yeah. I don't know who's going to be Education Secretary, but they're going to be, you know, lovers. Again, this is the major arcana for this. So it is something that's going to have to take time, but there's going to be new deals done and new partnerships between the education system and the schools and, you know, the people who administer everything and the people who teach things. It's going to be new deals and new partnerships, but it is going to take a while. Major arcana. It's not going to be solved overnight. Eight of Pentacles. I think they're going to go through the curriculum with a fine-tooth comb. You know? This has got the phases of the moon in it, which is interesting. This could mean that it could take even 8 years to overhaul the system completely. To go from a new moon, a new start, to full, you know, to the full moon, to go through the whole process. I think it could take up to 8 years, but it will happen. Five of Swords. There have been people who have, I think the move to take history out of a lot of things, there was a bit of a move to take it out. I think there's a combination of things. It's like, oh, they're just teaching stuff. They're not revising any of it. They're not teaching anything new. But then there was some where we don't want this history examined. We don't want people asking questions about it. So it was a mix of that. Like, they're not going to learn anything new and they're just going to be taught the same old thing, the whitewashed or pleasant version of, you know, we did all the best things for America. No, that's so the reasons that things like history and civics fell out was there was also a bit of an abuse of power position in this, is because they didn't want people questioning history. But rather than make moves to revive the history, the ones who said, well, they only are just going to get told what we want them to know. They're not going to be taught. A part of being taught history is being taught how to question, how to examine, how to go and look for something new that hasn't been looked at before. Look at it from different perspectives. There are a lot of people who didn't want that happening with history and with civics, and that's part of the reason it's drilled out, you know. Eight of Wands, there's going to be a lot of communication and a lot of movement. There's going to be flurries of movement, and then it's going to stop for then flurries of movement again. So there is going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be there's going to be movement, and I do feel like each of these wands, each of these different wands is going to represent, and I'm not talking about universities here and stuff, I'm talking about schools, elementary school, you call them middle schools, high schools. There's going to be 8 key areas, and a couple of them are going to be reintroduced, but there's going to be 8 key areas, and they're going to be totally restructured, you know. 3 of Cups, there is going to be a lot of support for this. A lot of support for this. The reason a lot of those people stormed the Capitol is because they weren't taught the basics of government and how it worked. They didn't have the knowledge to say to Trump, to evaluate what Trump was saying. They didn't have the education and the knowledge. True, there are a lot of older people who were taught civics, who were taught history, who were taught this, who were taught that, who swallowed the Trump pill as well. But these people took it into themselves so much because they didn't have the basic understanding of how government works and how it should work and how elections work and what the different sections of government, their roles is, that they just bought Trump's idea of what he wanted them to believe it was all about. So there's going to be a lot of support. There is going to be an improvement in the education system. They are going to find resources to do it. They will have everything they need to improve the system. And it's not just what they learn that's going to improve. This is a change that they've been trying to avoid by having someone like Betsy the Bitch in there. You know, I haven't been one for calling them names. I really haven't. Long-time viewers of me will know that. I've tried to avoid using names. Even with Trump, I've usually just called him Trumpy Dump or something. But this is a change that has to happen. It is a change that can no longer be avoided. It's something that has to happen. Hi, Melinda Dutcher. Cameo's here again, sitting on the cards. There she goes. Off she goes. So, yes, I was looking at the education system. Will they improve the education system? Yes. It's going to take probably a good 2 terms. No, you can't plead ignorance and get away with it. That's the thing, and that's what they're going to learn. Lindsey Graham's wife, I think you might mean Mitch McConnell's wife. Oh, look, they're all jumping ship. He had people threatening to leave that night, like even during the day, in the midst of that, they were like, that's it, I can't do it anymore, I'm out of here. Will the senators who took money from Russia and other foreign entities, will all those details come out and will they be made to pay the consequences? Hi, Human Generic. I'll ask the question about social media too. But here I am asking the question about all the elected officials, the senators, the reps, even on both sides. Will it come out who took money from foreign countries, and will they have to face circumstances? Yes, resources. Where did they get their money from? Hi, Tara S. Oh, the burden of it. They want to hide it. They don't want to. Knight of Cups. Yeah, the offers they were made. Cameo. 10 of Cups. Most of them are going to be Republicans, but that doesn't mean all of them will be. Yeah, the deals that were made, the money that was swapped. Hi, C. Sims. Oh, the Melania's assistant or whatever she is, she had enough, I guess. I don't know. I'll have a look at that too. King of Swords, yes, the corruption's going to come out. Yeah, it's going to come out. The devil, yeah, it's going to come out. What they did, they are going to have to pay. Yep. They are going to have to redress a lot of balances too. I think there's going to be a lot of fines here. Yeah, it's all going to come out. It's all going to be manifested. It's all going. They've got the evidence. Some of these guys, people have been looking at them for the last 4 years, investigators for the Democrats and things like that. And even within their own party, there might be one or two. But you see, the Democrats cleaned house a lot of time. There was a time when the Democrats were like viewed with this revile that the Republicans are currently being viewed as. They had to clean house and get on top of it, and they did. Oh, Pam Pierce, no. Why did Stephanie Grisham resign? Yeah, Melania's chief of staff. She was the talking head for a while for the president, but then she, yeah. I remember something about that C. Sims, but I don't really, yeah, so much. Why did Stephanie Grisham resign? Yeah, the Democrats, yeah, they have a tighter rein on things now, but, you know, there's always some who possibly shouldn't be there. Ace of Cups, overflowing emotion. She had a huge argument. Had a huge argument with somebody. She felt that by hanging in there, she just self-sabotaging any future that she had. Huge argument, money, no selfishness, luxury-loving queen, the Queen of Pentacles here. Melania's probably just sitting there saying, I don't care, I don't care. And she's like, what? What do you mean? She's like, she just wants to go and disappear for a while and think about why she even signed up for any of it. I think she just wants to go. Nine of Wands. She feels like she's going to have to build her defenses. Page of Pentacles. She's a smart girl. She's got something to say, but she wants to go away. Seven of Swords. She just wants to slink away. She doesn't want to have to face up to it. She's heard some things she's not really happy about, and she doesn't want to know. She just wants to sneak away and go. She's like, I'm not going to stay here and help gaslight. She just, yeah. I do sense a huge argument. 10 of Pentacles. I think she's even getting some pushback from her family legacy. You know, can't continue to work for this person. You know, damaging the family. She wants to start fresh. She's had enough of the Republican Party. She wants an end to it. This is a 10, an end. She also just wants to avoid having to go and testify anywhere for a while. Maybe even go somewhere like got the hermit and prepare in case she's called upon subpoena to testify before Congress or other people or grand jury or something. So yeah. You have to put a name to them, and he can, but he would not be advised to, because this is a whole different level of things. Mary Trump is so cool and very brave. Okay, look guys, I think I'll probably wrap things up. And say good night now, and I'll be back again on Sunday, Sunday morning my time. Thanks for joining me this evening, and everyone who's watching as well. Thank you for joining me. It's been a real roller coaster of a day. So I know you guys probably have stuff you need to get on and do, and thank you for coming back and joining me. If you watched this morning, came back and joined me, and please look after yourself, stay safe, stay strong, stay loving. I might pop on again and do a live. I might do a video in the interim, but I hope I've helped in some way as well. Yeah, go back and watch the earlier and watch the one from this morning, Anne. And yeah, so I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me again, and I will see you in a couple of days, and maybe earlier. We'll see. Bye bye. Love you all.